All right, welcome to today's video. Today we're talking about why having a CRM for your private practice will take it to the next level. It'll help you grow and expand and scale. And even if you're a solo practitioner, a CRM is amazing, so helpful. Now, if you don't know what a CRM is, it stands for Customer Relationship Manager or Customer Relationship Management Tool, something along those lines. And essentially, it's kind of like an EHR for leads and marketing, and it's traditionally used in the sales world. Now, when I first started my practice, I didn't even know what a CRM was. And then eventually I did find out through different research and things like that. And I wrote it off. I was like, I don't need that. That's for salespeople. It's too expensive. I'm just a private practitioner. What do I need that for? Fast forward, I've been using a CRM in my practice now, and it has revolutionized it. Not only has it helped me grow, it's helped me stay more organized. It's helped me automate different things. It has been an all-around game changer. Now, if I was to rewind, I would actually do this as a solo practitioner right from when I started. That's how great it has been for me. And I wanted to just share with you why I think a CRM is helpful. It's something I wish I knew earlier on, and that's what we're gonna dive into in just a second. But before we do, I feel like we need something to spice up the video just a little bit. Maybe that's an introduction or one of those little intro scenes. Let's just roll that now. That was nice, wasn't it? Without any further ado, let's just actually jump right into the notes, right? As always, I'm just gonna share with you my raw thoughts about this. We don't do any gatekeeping here. You're gonna know exactly what I'm thinking about, right? So here we have 5 points. These are 5 major reasons why I think the CRM could be helpful. And before we actually jump into that, I am now offering a CRM to folks as part of my offerings. And this is a fully HIPAA compliant CRM. It's gonna be part of the new community I launched with a heavy focus on marketing and practice growth. You're gonna have access to a whole slew of marketing tools, one of which is a HIPAA compliant CRM. I'll actually give you a sneak peek at that in just a moment, but I wanted to let you know that that is now available. And you can check it out down below. I'll leave a link. And if you want to chat with me a little bit more about it, you can send me an email. I'd be happy to chat with you more about how to get signed up for that. With that out of the way, let's look at these. They're in no particular order. But the first thing that a CRM is going to do, it's going to help keep you organized. All right, let me show what I mean. So here's a sneak peek at the CRM that I'm using. And this is the pipeline part, right? Now there's a whole list of where you can see all the contacts and things like that. But this is the pipeline. It's one of the major areas. Now this is all customizable. I have just a basic example here for demonstration purposes. And what happens is a client reaches out, whether on your website or a phone call or something like that, and they end up in your pipeline. Traditionally, they just end up in your mailbox, right? Or in your voicemails. And it can get really disorganized, really overwhelming. People fall through the cracks. That's the big thing here. Now, what happens is they come into this system, and right away, we now have one home base for all your potential clients, okay? Now, let's say this person, it's me, right? Matt reaches out. He wants to set up a session. He filled out a form on our website. Now, as the practitioner, I come in, I go, oh, wow, look, someone contacted our practice, and I can then take Matt and say, oh, I'm going to send him an email or I'm going to call him back, and I can move him to the scheduled section, right? Now I know exactly where Matt is on his journey to becoming a client. And I found when I first started, and even a little while back, clients would email or leave voicemails and things like that, and I would call them back right away, right? And then maybe I wouldn't hear from them, or they said they wanted to think about it. And I would forget because I can't manage all those emails and all those voicemails. And then the client would never call back or whatever the case may be. Now I'm able to come in here and I can follow up with clients. I can see exactly where they are. When was the last time they called, right? And this is really, really helpful for preventing people from falling through the cracks. And if you can prevent 1 or 2 people from falling through the cracks, the cost of the CRM is already going to be worth it, which is really incredible, all right? Now, this kind of leads us into the next point, which becomes really cool. It becomes cool. It is really cool. This is one of my favorite features. And that is that contacting folks becomes seamless. It actually happens right inside the platform. So this particular CRM can also be a phone and texting system. And also you can email. Let me show you what I mean. So here's my card, right? This is Matt. He reached out. He's scheduled. Right? And let's say we need to contact him or we need to send a message to him. If I push this button right here that says view conversations, I can send a text message, I can email, and you can't see the icon too well, I can't reframe the screen for you right now, but this little button, the very top right corner, that green button there, that's a phone. I can call him directly from this platform. Now imagine how seamless this becomes with client contact and following up with these potential leads, right? So you can contact right from within the platform in all those different mediums. Really, really cool. And this I find to be a real game changer. I'm not hopping on the phone. I'm not going to my emails and fumbling through. It all happens right here, right? So I think that's great. Something that's also related to that is what I don't call it, this is the name of it, setting up automations. Now, what do I mean by that? So if I have Matt, he comes in here, let's move him back to the contacted section. He filled out a form, right? He's now in this section here on the pipeline. I can set up an automation on the back end that whenever a client ends up in the contacted section, a text message goes out with a link to my online scheduler, which, by the way, this CRM comes with an online scheduler as well that replaces Calendly and things like that. Or I can have it send out in email. I can have it call. The point is I can have automation set up to contact and follow up with clients right away, right from here, which takes the manual labor out of it. Right now, we're therapists. If you're watching this, you're most likely a therapist. We don't want robots and AI taking over every part of client contact. That would not be great. But something like sending a scheduling link, right? Something like that automatically would be really helpful and save a ton of time. So I think the automation feature is really cool. And the one I'm talking about where it just sends a text or an email is like the most basic. You can do some really, really kind of high level, deep automations. But for me, in my practice, those basic ones work really, really well and save a ton of time and actually help keep clients engaged. Next, it integrates with your website and other platforms. Let me show you an example of that. So if I go to my practice website here, you'll notice on the right-hand side, there's this form here. I actually made that within the CRM, right? So when someone fills this out, right, they'll put in their name, their phone, their email, and I customize this. So I have them putting in their insurance type, and then optional, they can upload an insurance card as well. All of that information will populate directly into the CRM. Now, if I click on this, which is this is Matt's card here, right? He's interested in working with us. All of it would populate directly in here. I'd be able to see all of that information, right? You can also have this integrating on your own website, or you can have phone numbers listed places so that your contact information actually integrates into this CRM. Again, keeping you really organized and everything flowing together really, really nicely. And then the other thing, and this is more of something I wanted to share, that I wasn't thinking this way when I first started, but a CRM, you might be thinking, well, it costs money. I don't want another subscription cost, or whatever the case may be. It's usually a deterrent. But like I shared with you before, if you can even prevent one client from falling through the cracks, it's most likely going to pay for itself. It's going to make it worthwhile just from that alone. Let's imagine 2 people don't fall through the cracks. And this happened to me just recently. I have a list of clients that, I've lost contact, or they were potential clients that I've lost contact with. And because I have the CRM, I'm able to automate, emails that go out to people, or text messages that say, hey, we haven't heard from you. We're hoping you got set up. If you haven't, we have openings. And people email me back and say, oh, I got really busy. I'm now interested, right? So it really helps. And if you prevent one person, right, just one, now let's imagine it's 2 or 3 that don't fall through the cracks, it's well worth it. The return on investment certainly makes it a worthwhile investment, right? And then let's imagine someone books with you on your online scheduling tool, right? Or things like that. This CRM, at the end of the day, is an upfront cost, but if you track the savings and also the earnings as a result of using this tool, you'll find that it's most likely worthwhile. And that's more of a business mentality, right? And that's what I was missing when I first started, so I wanted to at least share that with you. Let me switch back to my main camera here. There we are. Anyway, that is some of my thoughts on the CRM. These are just 4 to 5 features that I've been using a lot that have really, really helped. There are a ton of other features on this that I'll share more about in upcoming videos. But I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you learned something. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.